How out of tune was that, folks? That's what you get this morning on this Monday. Good morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum. Most hosts would have just cut it, made it go offline, made it disappear. Not this humble one. I'll leave it out there for you all to hear that disaster of a start. But one thing I know is not a disaster because he played 17 years in the NFL, three-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. His name, the great, soon to be in the Bills Hall of Fame, Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Yeah, they could put me in that old stadium. Good morning, Steve.
All of a sudden, they put it up there as they tear it down.
As they demolish it.
Really quick before we get into that. Good morning, Dale.
Good morning.
Isn't that interesting? O.J. Simpson not being transferred over to the new Highmark Stadium deal. And that kind of gave me the opening to say, put Ellie in there.
Is it really that interesting?
I find it interesting.
Because
Because Buffalo fans are loyal. I understand the off-the-field stuff. But was he not the greatest player in Buffalo Bills history?
I would say until some of the 90s guys, maybe, but he might be.
A lot of the
He
Bills
might be.
fans put him above those guys, is what I'm getting at. I don't know. I was just reading a lot of fans up in arms about it, is all I'm saying.
I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, guy got a speeding ticket, and we'll overlook that.
Ironically, it's going to lead us to the Miles Bridges signing that the Suns did coming up later on in the show as well.
Okay.
So, two caveats. It's just in Buffalo, I'm just saying, I saw a lot of Buffalo fans up in arms about it. That's all. I just find it interesting. Like, just don't do it. Why do you announce it? Like, just
that's what I was gonna say. Just charge those high ticket prices, don't announce it, and nobody's gonna talk about O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, and who's gonna walk in? Who's gonna walk in and go, "Hey, O.J.'s not up there"? How many people would actually notice? Right?
Or actually wait till that happens and somebody says something and
because they put an announcement out.
Yeah,
like they self-inflicted wounds, I guess. But also, I saw their ticket prices. Even upper levels, like $700 just to walk in that place. I knew the suites and the main level were outrageous because there were 50-year Bills ticket holders that are like, I can't afford this new stadium, and they weren't able to get tickets. But upper level, even. Whew.
I mean, they're trying to get rid of everybody but the McCollums of the world.
Well, they successfully did that. But Dale, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good, a little understated. Played a little golf.
Understated?
Just kind of casual. We did a couple dinners with one with our neighbors, one with cousin of Brooks.
Did I get an invite?
Yeah, you don't live up there. You wouldn't be seen dead out in public up in Moon Valley. You've told me that many times.
Oh no, I get to go to a golf club. I'm in. Let's do it.
No, we didn't have dinner at the golf club.
Because I'll walk around and I'll say things like, Bob, you're not as bad as Dale says you are.
Yeah,
it's good to meet you.
Good way to get yourself invited. But no, played golf. It was a little warm. I was happy that I felt good throughout the rounds. This golf thing, when you hear these professionals talk about, hey, I'm gearing up for the majors and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So I played on Friday, first time in probably 3 weeks, because they've changed tee times and we were out of town and all that. And I promptly shoot a 95. I couldn't get a ball in the hole to save my life.
Was it your short game or your long, or both?
It was the game of golf.
Okay.
The time I put the tee in the ground, the time I finally put it in the hole.
All right.
And then come back on Saturday, 24 hours later. I didn't go to the range after or before the following round, and I properly shoot a 84.
Really? Because I usually do worse the second day.
Yeah.
You're more sore.
I was not expecting that at all. I don't know what happened, but I will take it. And so for the week,
Hellestrae magic.
But for the week, I had a net gain of $40.
Oh.
I lost 55 on Friday, and I won 98 or 95, whatever, on Saturday.
I couldn't afford playing at your men's club. That's a lot of money.
Steve, you spend that much money on a TV dinner for crying out loud.
A frozen dinner.
Yeah.
I did spend a lot on dinner on Saturday. I was like,
Oh, well, I want to hear about this. You're moaning and groaning and limping and
you can see it. They got the light up there. I can't put makeup on my head today.
oh,
See that right there, Dale? See that big bump right there?
Did you stand up too quick?
Oh,
You bump your head on the headboard?
I walked directly into a tree branch.
How'd you not see it?
It was above my head.
Seriously,
So
folks.
I almost died. My neighbors almost found me unconscious on my front porch. Autumn was with me, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I saw, I went black, saw stars.
Really? You hit it that hard?
I hit it hard, man. It right there, yeah. Right there. And it was, but it had like sharper thing. I was picking like wood out of my head. that was right before we left for the Rattlers game, no less. So I probably drove across town with a concussion.
What were you doing out? You don't go out in your yard in the
no.
afternoons.
I spent way too much time in my front yard this weekend. I have this is a funny story. So anyway, I have this big bump scratch on my head burns, it hurts. But the hit was so hard, like, you get your head like jammed down. So now I have like this nerve problem where my whole right side of my body hurts and everything. It's all puffy, it's all stretched. And it's just like, can't turn my head very far.
Were you like walking fast and
No,
you didn't?
just took a step. Boom. I walk hard, Dale.
Steve does everything.
I was looking down because I was telling on him because I was out in my yard crawling through this stupid bush I have, trying to find where my water leak's coming from all Saturday morning. So I'm out there, and I told you, I don't know how you're golfing right now. Because from like 7:30 to like 9, it was like perfect out. Like just a little sweat, nothing majors. I'm working, trying to dig. I'm crawling my hands and knees underneath this tree, trying to find a water leak. It's not a water leak. I got like a river flowing through my house. So I'm trying to find it, and everything. I have an overgrown bush because it's been being overwatered and everything. And so I'm doing that. And then like 9:30, all of a sudden, I'm just like, holy heck, it's hot. Just sweating like crazy. Like it took me an hour to stop sweating. Ridiculous. It just got that hot all of a sudden, like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, how's Dale golfing this stuff? So then I was already all
hold on.
damaged.
You got to clarify though. You
Yep.
said you had a river run through your house. You're saying through your lot.
Through the front, through the front rocks and everything.
Okay.
So like 6 months ago, I noticed that I have an increase in my water bill. This is, again, welcome to a Steve story. And I'm like, huh, a little bit higher. Just enough where you notice it, but not enough where you're like, okay, I have a huge water leak. And I go out, so I'm like, I go outside, I'm looking, I don't see any like, puddles or anything. And then like a few days later, I go out there and I notice like next to my pool equipment, there's like water buildup. But my neighbor has a tree next to the fence. So I'm like, oh, the neighbors have a water problem, and it's just going underneath my fence and puddling right here. Because it's the only sign of a water damage is right there in that spot. No anywhere else. And I'm like, so I call City of Mesa, and I go, hey, my water bill's gone up. Like, and they had just changed out my meters to those smart meter things. So I'm like, all right, they changed out my meter, and all of a sudden I'm using more water, whatever. Clowns at City of Mesa. So I call them up, and they're like, "Oh no, you're using a little bit more water, but nothing outrageous. Like I wouldn't be concerned about it." And I'm like, "You lying sacks of, you just put through a price increase, didn't you?" Like, oh, whatever. So I forget about it. And then all of a sudden I start noticing, like, because we leave early, and I start noticing that like I have weeds growing in areas of my lawn that there's no water there. So I'm like, why is weeds? So I'm paying more attention, and I'm going out earlier in the morning, and I'm looking. Like Dale's checking his watch. He's so bored with this story already. So I'm looking, and all of a sudden I see like there's some of the rocks are different shades than others, and I'm like, are those wet? So I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, I have a water leak somewhere. And I have this giant bush that hasn't been trimmed in forever, and I'm like, okay, it's probably underneath there. Dale, I'm digging. I'm underneath there digging yesterday. Shh. And the more I dig, the more the water's just. I have like a river running through this tree and everything. But the tree's so big, it was all puddling up underneath this tree, so I wasn't seeing it very much. So that's what I was working on. I didn't get it fixed because knocked myself out.
You did or you
I
didn't?
did not. So I turned the water off though, so now it's not leaking everywhere.
So now everything will die.
Well, it's just a couple days. It's been overwatered. Everything's dying anyway. That's the other side of it. I've noticed like a couple other plants are starting to die because they're all being overwatered. So anyway, that's what I was doing. And then when I walked into the tree, I had to stop at Home Depot on the way to the Rattlers game to buy the parts I needed to to fix a couple other leaks that I found. So I had to stop at Home Depot. So I was explaining to Autumn when I walked right into that tree branch, man. But it hurts.
You don't call Riley up for stuff like that?
Well, I do. He's going to be there today.
That young man, he can bounce around in and out of that bush. And
my knees. So at like 10 o'clock, I was like, all right, I'm just going to crawl back because I have to like crawl under this tree. It's a giant. I have a picture. I should have given you. It's just outrageously big tree right now. It's like supposed to be a bush. It's an oleander. No, it's like 10 feet tall because it's going to get a ton of water. So it's like totally outgrown, flowers everywhere. Branches are like this big, Dale. And I'm crawling through this thing. Poked myself in the eye at one point with one of the branches.
And the homeowner association president's not been on your ass?
This is why I got to get it done. Is I'm going to get a notice one of these days. So I'm like,
how do you do that? Done. How do you write yourself a letter?
Well, I know the management lady might be writing me a letter. But I'm like, all right, let's get this. So I'm dealing with all that and everything, and I'm like, oh, this will be an easy fix. I'll find it. Nothing's ever easy. So it was funny though, like 10 o'clock, I was like, all right, I literally got down on my hands and knees, start crawling into this tree again. Like I looks like I'm spelunking, folks. I'm over a branch, under another branch. These branches are thick. They won't move. I'm just like, whatever. So I'm doing that. And I got halfway back there, and all of a sudden I can't breathe. All of a sudden my knees are like killing me because I'm on rocks, and like my knees are. And so then I'm trying to like get out as quickly as I can because like my body's just like, you're done. Like my knees hurt to this day. They hurt because I was just on those rocks. So I'm getting out of there, and I get out of there, and I'm just all. I'm like, all right, I'm done for the day.
My work here is done.
I'm being told I'm done for the day. It was terrible. It was just a terrible, terrible thing. But yeah, so there we go. I found the hole though. It's a hole dug now. So now you just he's got to go trim. I mean, there's just dead branches in this thing that are like giants, so you can't get to the hole easy. So he's just got to go there and cut back a lot of the dead branches that are behind it, and trim it a little bit to make it easier to get to the hole to fix it. It's an easy fix. It's where it's at. That's the problem.
Right.
And stuff. So I don't know. He's supposed to go by today and start working on it. Let's see if he's texted yet. Nope, not yet.
Probably still sleeping in, young guy. Well,
Ethan, don't type anything into the chat over there because I know Ethan's going to, and everything. Yeah, he was supposed to come over on Friday, and he had to cancel because he had an emergency or something. And so I was like, I'll just go do it myself.
You'll show him. No need to come over here.
I might have made it worse.
A concussion and pinched nerve later.
Seriously. So that was my Saturday. Yeah, that was my Saturday. Mm-hmm.
And then you drove all the way across town to watch an exciting, scintillating football game.
I had to go to the Apple store because this iWatch, they send you with just a large wristband. Too tight. So I ended up poking a hole in that large one, And I'm looking on Amazon for an extra large one, from these third parties or whatever. And then because I sweated in it all day, I'm like, I still need one that I can sweat in. Then I need a nice one I can change it out. Like I'm that type of guy. The whole thing. Don't worry about my whatever they're called. My craziness. Yeah, my craziness out there, right? So I'm dealing with that. I can't find one here. So I'm like, you know what? There's this restaurant that we go to every once in a while. It's super ridiculously expensive, but it's so good. And you're going to ask me the name of it, and I can't think of it. I won't be able to think of the name of it. But it's at the Santan Mall. So I'm like, oh, we'll go there for an early dinner on the way to the game, hit up the Apple store. They only have one extra large band, and it's in the one I wanted, ironically enough. But they're $50 bands. Dude, Apple's a ripoff. I don't know who they think they are, but I paid it. Then we walked over to this Italian place because I really wanted shrimp and scallop risotto. That's my favorite dish at this place.
Okay.
So we went over there and got lunch, and Autumn gets a salad with salmon on it. It's great food. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now. So we went there afterwards, hit the Apple store up, went there. They're literally right across the street at the mall. So we did that. Stopped at Home Depot on the way to the Rattlers game so I could get the parts I needed. Because my intention was to get up yesterday morning and then fix the other smaller, not that hole. That one, I can't do it till those tree gets trimmed back. But I have smaller ones that I can do myself. It's just snip, put a connector on it. So we went to Home Depot and bought that stuff. Then hit up the Rattlers. So I'm sitting at the Rattlers game in the second quarter. My dad's calling me. And I'm like, what's my dad calling? At 7 p.m. Like, that's kind of a weird time. And I know he's out of town. He's out of town this week.
Oh, okay.
So I don't answer. And I just get this text, call me. So I'm like, all right, I'm in the middle of something. You know how loud it gets in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, no, I got to call you in a minute unless it's an emergency. He goes, no, just call me when you can. So I call him. Commercial breaks. I call, get up, go call him. He's out of town. His AC's broken.
Ooh.
My sister says it's like 88 degrees in the house, which is fine because they're out of town. Cool. Except for they have 2 elderly dogs.
Oh.
So my sister's over, and the dogs, I guess, are just panting. So my brother's out of town. He's at Disneyland. One of my nieces that would normally help out is out of town. My sister's over there, but she can't take them because her dogs and these dogs don't get along and everything. So it's like, hey, I need my AC fixed. I'm like, all right. And he goes, also, my dogs are there. I'm like, okay. Cool. Have Kathleen taken one. He's like, I have nobody to take them. And I'm like, all right, I'll go pick them up on my way home. So we go pick the dogs up after the route. So it's like 10 o'clock. We leave Glendale. We drive across town, which is on the way home. It's not like it's out of the way. We get there. 2 elderly dogs, pick them up in their beds. They're just taking them to my house. So I'm up to like 1 in the morning because my dog just wants to play with them. My dog's a bundle of energy. These dogs want nothing to do with my dog.
Right.
Like old. Like these dogs are like on the cusp of, they're almost gone. And my dog's just, and she's barking and like till 1. So I'm up till 1:32. And I'm just like, man. So I deal with that. Then yesterday we went and saw Supergirl at 11 o'clock. It was an excellent movie. I recommend it. I'm not a comic book fan at all, but I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I love the way the girl played Supergirl. I love the jokes that they had, and I just good time. 2-hour movie, and it didn't even feel like it. I flew right by. So did that, and I'm waiting for the AC guy to call because the AC guy was like, it's a guy that we use a lot for a rental company. We spent a lot of money with them over the years, and I don't, I'm kind of like, but my parents are out of town, so I'm like, hey, don't need to rush overtime. My AC guy, he's so busy right now, obviously, but he's coming back. He showed up yesterday. So he texted me, and we're leaving the movie. So I text my sister and be like, can you go let him in? I'll be there, half an hour or whatever. So I was dealing with that. So I had to go home, get the keys, drive all the way back to my parents' house, find whatever. And everything. So it's just like busy. So I get over there, and he's fixing it. He got back from Mexico yesterday. And because the other tech was busy, instead of like squeezing my parents' house in, he goes to work and comes to my parents' house to fix their AC. Like, that's service.
That is.
Because he could have just told me to F off, call somebody else, But he does a lot. He does do a lot of work for the rental properties and stuff like that. So I was like, cool, perfect, whatever. So he comes over, of course, AC, $1,000 fix. Fixes it. So I don't get back home till like 6. I got nothing done this weekend because I almost knocked myself out. These dogs. So then my parents came over because I didn't take the dogs over because it take a while to cool down. But yeah, it was like 92 degrees in my parents' house yesterday. I'm all sitting inside.
Really?
Like fixing it. So I just like went out and I was watching the end of the NASCAR race in my parents' house. Sweating, just sweat pouring down my face.
But he got it fixed that quick, huh?
Yeah, just needed a new, needed some new stuff in it. I mean, it's an old model. They're going to need a new AC unit, but So my parents got back into town, came out, picked up the dogs. So then I had to, hang out with my parents for a little bit, get their dogs loaded up. Then I was just exhausted, so I went to sleep. That was my weekend.
And today you're sore, your pinched nerve, your knee.
Dale, it hurts. When I look over, I'll forget too. Like I'll be driving and I'll go check my blind spot and I'll just look over and I'm like, ah! It feels better today. When I was sitting at the movie yesterday, like there was a point where I'm like, I gotta stand up because I was like, it was like hurt so bad.
Was it crowded? Was the movie theater crowded?
No, we went to the early showing. I think it's not going to do well at the box office. But it's a good movie.
Well, get out there and write your review, Steve.
I know. Well,
sell.
The person that was going to do the movie show with me got a new job, and we have to figure out how to do that.
Well, that's not Ethan.
No, not Ethan. No.
That's your sweetie's working on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, I never had to do that with school, did she?
No, she'd be off right now. So we'd have plenty of time to do the movie review show. That's the problem. Oh my God, Dale. With her, I'm gonna complain about this online right now. With her working out, she's working till 5 now. So like I'm not on days we go to dinner. I'm not eating dinner till we're getting home at like 7:38. It's messing with my vibe.
What time did you guys usually eat?
Oh man, I'm at dinner by 4:35.
What?
Oh yeah, beat the crowds, man.
You're there with the blue hair.
You got to remember though, I'm also eating lunch at 10:30, 11 because I'm up so early and doing stuff. So I eat lunch early. I know I was giving her a hard time about that. Like I don't like how you're messing with my sleep schedule
and eating schedule. Wow. So you had a very, very interesting weekend, and you didn't get a whole lot done. The Rattler game wasn't even worth the drive out there.
No, we knew it was probably going to be a blowout. It was either going to be a blowout or a game you don't want to be at because it wasn't a blowout. Yeah, they only got one home game left. I don't think they're getting a home playoff game. They actually still can because the other teams ahead of them, San Diego and Vegas, have a pretty hard schedule coming up. The problem is they'll lose the tiebreaker, at least to Vegas.
Right.
So it's gonna be hard for them to
may change the quarterback this weekend. I read on your
Max Myler back in there at starting lineup. I was going. I don't have the videos today because I didn't have time to do it. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I was asked him about the quarterback change. Standard coach answer. We just thought he'd give us the best answer, the best way to win tonight. And then another kid followed up with, "So does he want his job back?" And he goes, "Take it day by day." And I was like, "Such a coach answer."
Was your boy Richard there?
No, he wasn't. He was covering that 7-on-7s at Just Chili 7s, whatever that thing is. Yeah, I know because I was like, Richard has like his chair there, and I was sitting next to it, and everything, and I was like, oh, Richard's not showing up, and then I was on Twitter, and it popped up where he was. He was down at Basha or wherever they were doing that and watching the Basha championship game.
The end of the 7-on-7 season in Arizona high school football.
Yeah, that's the last one, and now it's season after that. Ann says, were you at North Italia?
Huh.
I don't think that's what it's called. Let me look this up here. It's a good place.
You just ate there 2 nights ago.
I can never remember the name. I've been there so many times, and I can't think of the name of it to save my life. Brio Italian Grill is what we go to. It was Brio. Is North Italia good, Ian? That's the bigger question. I just wanted the shrimp and scallop risotto. That's the only thing I get there, by the way. Dude, it's like, Dale. Okay, there's the weird thing about it. We've been there we go there not a lot because it's, like I said, $33 for this dish. It's ridiculous. But whatever, it's so good. And first time we went, it was like this medium-sized plate of it. All right, cool, whatever. I get it without mushrooms. Next time we went, it was like this big plate of it. This time we went, this little small bowl. I've got 3 different sizes of this dish. All 3 times I've been there.
Is it filling?
It fills you up. But you get, I mean, like anything, it's just rice. It's risotto and shrimp and everything. It fills you up in the moment. But with everything I did, it's got to stop at Sonic on the way home at midnight with the dogs to eat. But that was my weekend, folks. Dale's over here golfing, having fun.
Lot more.
I'm being the dog savior.
A lot more exciting than my
The
weekend.
dog savior I'm being.
These old dogs must not be big dogs. You're not carrying Dobermans out to
No,
the
they're
gutter.
not that big. No. I mean, they're smaller than the labs. My dog's bigger than them.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's funny when you
but
talk
they're
about
not.
the older,
They can't go in my purse.
the older, the younger, because Hiller and Scott have a 2.5-year-old soft-coated Wheaten Terrier pup.
Yeah, and those are small dogs.
But see, this one's about 25, 30 pounds.
Oh,
And then there's Mila, who's now going on 18 years old, and just the energy difference and all that, and the younger one always wants to play, and you can see Mila just turn her head away and say, "I've been there, I've done that. I don't
yeah.
want anything to do with you."
Like the one, my parents' one dog will put up with my dog. Like she'll just stand there while my dog is jumping around or running around her. The other one though will like freak out and like at her, like actually scratch my dog on the nose because my dog came darting in from the backyard all excited, Ding! And the other dog was standing right by the glass door where it opens, and she comes darting in, and the one dog just flipped out and got my dog on the nose. Like, what in the world just happened? Yeah, separate them, all that fun stuff. You know? Yeah.
Such a good son,
I
Steve.
know.
Such a good son.
Yeah, I know. I'm the dog whisperer out there.
I'm proud of you, Steve.
Did it all. All because family members weren't available.
When you went to pick up the dog, you get a little energy charge there from your dad's charging station.
No, I was perfectly charged. I got to drive his, like, he's got one of those, like, F550s for his fifth wheel and everything, Dale. This thing is amazing. It drives a little rough because it's bouncy, because 80 PSI in the back tires, because it, can carry 3 tons of crap on it
Right.
and everything. But that thing is so nice. Oh, it's so awesome. Big old diesel. It was awesome. I loved it. Gotta give me one of those.
You don't want one of those.
Not unless I had a fifth wheel or something like that.
Yeah, because it makes no sense anymore where you have to, you go to anywhere and have to try and park those things.
That's the hard part. Like, I had to go to PetSmart on the way home yesterday. In that truck.
Right.
Because I took the dogs in that truck because the dogs are familiar with it. Like, they always go for rides in it. So I was like, let's just do this as familiar as the dog. And I didn't want dog hair in my car. But let's just keep it as familiar for these dogs. I took their beds with them and all that stuff and everything. So I was doing the nice thing, like that. But I had to stop at PetSmart because my dog was like out of food. So I stopped yesterday. And me trying to pull into a parking spot was just like, dude, whatever.
Right.
And I'm parking at Crooked. Like, all right, I'm out of here.
You're the guy everybody walks by and
No.
goes, look at that jerk.
Yeah, no, Dale, the worst part of it is I ordered it early in the day to go pick it up. And now, keep in mind, I have this nerve problem. The problem is you can't see it. But I wouldn't have been able to pick up a big old bag of food and walk it throughout this. I wouldn't have been able to. So I call the number when I get there, and they come out the curbside. And again, the most petite-looking girl comes walking out, holding it with both arms. And I'm in this giant diesel truck. Toss it in the back for me.
Do we even roll down the window?
No. So
I
even
could just
better.
see you
No,
going,
it's even better.
It's
now.
in the back.
I get out of this, and I had a hard time getting out of the car because, like I said, I'm a mess. So I get out of the car. I see her coming. I get out of the car. I almost fall on my face. It's high too. You have to like sit on the thing. So I almost fall on my face. I get out, and I can't lift my right arm up very far. So with my left arm, I open the door and just open it up. And so she comes out, but she's like, she stops, she puts it down, stops everything. So then I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to get back. So then she sees me trying to crawl back into this truck. And I sit down, and then she comes out, and I had the door open. And she goes, hey, Steven. I go, just put it in the back for me there. She goes, oh, you didn't have to get out and get the door. I could have gotten it. So then she saw me struggling to get in and out of this thing. Now she's feeling sorry. I'm that old guy now. I'm the young petite girl.
You didn't look very eloquent
70
getting it out
pounds
and
of
getting
dog.
back
No,
in.
Dale, it was a mess. It was a mess. Getting back in was the worst ever. Like, I had to stand on the step and then, like, swing my legs up into that thing and then, like, hold on to the thing and, like, pull myself over. But then she felt sorry for me, is watching me get in. Oh, you didn't have to get out and open the door. I could have.
Meanwhile, she's carried a 50-pound bag of dog food
Yeah.
to the store.
Yeah.
You didn't throw in a shopping cart or
She
something?
probably weighed 50 pounds. Here you go, sir. Well, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my Sunday.
Now she knows your name. She knows your phone number.
Oh, she went in there and was all loud.
Oh, I bet you they were talking about you.
I guarantee you, Dale, when they were inside there, they're looking outside going, all right, who's the smallest person we got that can take this out for that guy in that giant truck?
Look at that dude. He's got issues with being a man, so he gets a big truck, and now he can't even get out of it.
Yeah, Dale, it was a mess. I was sore yesterday, man. It was hard to get out of that thing, get back in. It's so bad. It's so bad. Ethan says Millie Alcock is the best Supergirl in the past 10 years. I like the way she played the character in that moment. It was really good, actually, as well. But yeah, Ethan reminds me also. He says, don't forget I made you do the one thing you hate with the watch. So, Dale, I got this watch, and I've told you, I don't remember if I've said it on air or not, but my big thing with the watch is I don't want text messages on it. I don't want phone calls on it. It's just to, keep me on track with moving around and, getting active and stuff like that. Just to remind me, because, I sit a lot now. So I'm like, oh, that's all I want it for. And I'm sitting there, and I'm passed out of sleep. Sunday morning, just passed out of sleep. Up to 1. And I had a long Saturday, including, almost knocking myself out. No naps on Saturday. So I look, and I just hear my phone buzzing or whatever. But I can't find my phone. And then I'm realizing that I also have a sharp pain shooting through the right side of my neck and my body. So I can't find the phone. So I just look at my watch, and I see it saying Ethan on it. And I'm in a daze. It's 9:50 or something like that. I never sleep in that late. People are panicking, thinking I'm dead, folks, because I'm not responding at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:50 in the morning. So I answer on my phone. I answer on my watch because I can't find my phone anywhere. I promised myself I'd never do it. Ethan made me answer my phone on my watch, and I hate everything about it. This watch is going away. Anybody want to slightly use Series 11 iWatch? Because it's going away. I don't want to answer phones on it, but I did it. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
I forget if I said it on air, the story about
You said something about it. I don't remember.
About the first day I had it at the old radio station.
Oh, yeah. You're at the bathroom or whatever?
Yeah, I walked down the hall, came back, sat down at my chair, and ding, ding. Congratulations, you reached your move goal.
Well, that's what cracks me up about it is Saturday, I hit my goals at by 10 a.m. because I was out in the front yard doing stuff or whatever. And the best part is now that Autumn has an office job where she sits a lot, hers is the opposite because as a teacher, she was easily hitting numbers, high number. And now her watch is are you alive right now? Mine celebrates when it's hey, you went to the fridge twice today. You've doubled your numbers. Congratulations.
It's 10 o'clock. There's been no movement.
But I slept into 9:50 on Sunday. I probably would have slept longer if my phone wasn't going crazy. It's craziness out there. But Ann also says Brio is good, but also is North. I'll have to try North Italian. Yeah.
There's a north up by us.
All I can say on the Brie is I just like that. I just like their risotto. I've never eaten anything else there. Had nothing else there. I can't speak for it. It's just really good. And I'm sure it's risotto, right? So I don't know what to do with that. But it's really good. I really like that dish. It's just the pricing on it. They're really proud of their stuff. Let's put it that way. I don't know how they stay in business. Every time we're in there, it's 3 tables.
Really?
Yeah. But I also eat early.
Yeah. You were the 70-year-old couple.
Well, on Saturday, we were in there 3 o'clock or something like that. Late lunch. Because we had to go to the Rattlers game. It started at 6. And I had to stop. I had to go to the Apple store and buy a $50 band. The best part is, Dale, the little skinny kid at the Apple store. Ethan says, wake up on time then. All right, I was saving some dogs on Friday night, or Saturday night, whatever night.
Whatever night it was.
The best part of it is we're in the Apple store and it's just busy and everybody's like staring at devices and people are helping them. And this kid's like, I'm like, here's what I need. And I go, I can't. He's like, oh, just look online. I'm like, I did. I couldn't find it. That's why I'm standing in front of you. So he's all like, I don't think we have extra large bands.
They don't have normal sized people?
That's what I said. My arms are not that big. Like, when I used to wear Fitbits all the time before they were bought by Google, I had the same thing. I had to go extra large bands because the large bands fit. They're just a little. I don't like it that tight, so I have to like punch a hole in it. But yeah, they have one extra large band, and it's only in black, and it's the one I got, which is the one that it comes with. And I'm just like, and I literally said that to kid. Do you not have like does everybody that use Apple stuff only weigh 12 pounds? Like. Then I'm looking around, and there's all these big people in the Apple store with Apple watches on. How do those fit them?
They must have skinny wrists. Steve, it's the same thing, and I know we'll get to sports after the break, but this is about 3 months ago. I went looking for golf shoes, and I'm at the PGA Superstore, and size 11s. There's 5 pages of different shoes. Size 12, there's 4. Size 13, there's 3. Also, you turn to size 15. There's 3 models on 1 page.
Yeah, and they're all like ugly as
yes,
heck.
They're all like, you got size 15 feet. We don't really care about you.
Yeah, it's like the 3 ugliest versions of the shoe. It is amazing, isn't it? And it's just like there's more people like me out there. I swear we exist. But it's not even when I was in shape though. This is my point here. Is yes, I'm bigger now than I was before. But even when I was in shape, I don't know, my arm bones are bigger, but I had that problem before as well, that a large band just doesn't fit me comfortable. So I always need that bigger size.
They're big bones, Steve.
No, I'm also fat.
Your wrist isn't fat.
Let's get into it with some sports. We got some controversy today besides OJ.
We do?
Sons, Miles Bridges. People are losing their minds.
Oh, okay.
Call them the Phoenix Spartans. Coming up, folks. The main event. Come on back. What the hell is this? And we're just looking at it here. Do we want to talk Suns or D-backs? Suns or D-backs?
Suns, D-backs. You might want to announce that Victor Hovland won the golf tournament this morning.
Actually, we got there. You want to see how he won it?
The game? So rain delay, hour and a half yesterday.
Set it up for everybody.
Hour and a half. The tournament, the Travelers Championship, rain delay yesterday afternoon. They couldn't finish. They couldn't do the playoff.
Yes.
Because Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland tied. They all agreed it was too dark. They come back this morning and finish it up because sometimes it might take 2 or 3 holes.
Yep. It did not.
It did not.
Both of these guys, to set this up, Hovland hits it within like 3 feet of the hole, something like that. Scheffler's 6 feet from the hole. Like both hit great shots onto the green on the first playoff hole today.
Okay.
Hovland knocks it in. Scotty Scheffler to continue the round. Here it is, folks. Scotty Scheffler. Here's how it went.
Misses it. And Victor Hovland has won the Travelers. And this is the first time that Victor's...
You were probably driving, Dale, so you probably didn't see that.
Hovland's mom came in to see him. I mean, it's a family. Now, that's one of those things that it's like, inside you're so stinking happy that you won, but you can't start jumping up and down and hooping and hollering because
that's a makeable. That was a beyond makeable.
Yes,
and he just pulled it.
And he pulled it, and it still hit the hole.
Yeah. The edge there.
Oh.
That would have continued. He wouldn't have won it with that. They would have gone into another playoff. But that's what I always say to people, man. Put pressure. I'm a big fan of just put pressure on the other guy.
Right.
Because something that should be the easiest thing to do, you put pressure on somebody and they could just shake it. That's what happened. Just both of them hitting that shot in, close enough to do it, and makeable putts for both of them. One makes it, one doesn't. But yeah, so that's how that ended this morning. I got that just for you since I figured you didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a weird day yesterday because I was watching some of it early in the afternoon, and then the rain day, so I went and did some other things. And And then I came back, I'm like, the women's open is on still. So I guess they came back, played a little bit, got through 18, and then played the rest this morning.
Yeah, it's rain's just messing everything up right now. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, we're just sitting here bone dry, except for the river that runneth through my front yard.
The ching that's going on in your pocketbook.
Seriously, water bill's ridiculous. They try to pass it off like it was.
And just so you know, that playoff, I want to look this up.
Yeah,
be
what's
sure
the
of it.
price difference?
Victor Hovland won $3.6 million.
That's it, huh?
And poor Scotty Scheffler only won 2.1.
What about now? This was one of those signature events.
Yes.
So the PGA has this rule where you have to play in. I think you can miss one or maybe it's two signature events.
Right.
You got to play in 15 of them. Obviously, Rory.
Well, there's 8 of them.
You got to play in 15 tournaments, but you got to play in all the signatures except for I think one, maybe two. I don't
Maybe
remember.
2.
But obviously, Rory isn't hitting his required amounts of 15.
Okay.
They have a exception rule on there that they're doing with Rory, but nobody's saying why Rory's missing them. Like nobody's saying there's personal problems. Nobody's saying anything to that effect. But they're employing this extenuating circumstances rule on Rory to where he gets to keep his PGA card and playing them next year and be because if you don't play in them, you're not eligible for the increased paychecks next year. And Rory just out of new, they come out and go, "Oh, there's an exception we're employing for Rory," but nobody says why.
So you're telling me golf is like every other sport?
They just make stuff up for the big guys.
Yes, for the big names and all that. But congratulations to Victor, super nice guy, well respected and loved on the tour, and Scotty's won enough.
The Dutch, I know. The Dutch, I think, went out and surprised the golf tournament on Thursday or something, where they went out there and they were all rowing in the background.
Oh yeah, I did.
For
see
Hovland and the other, I forget the other Dutch guy. That was on the tour. He's a big name guy. But they were out there, celebrating with them and doing all that. It was just a great thing to see.
I also spent about 20 minutes reading an article about your guy last night.
Dirtbag Phil. That's what we're calling him from now on. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't meet your heroes.
Alan Shipnuck or whatever. He's a longtime writer for Golf Digest and all that for the PGA Tour. And
was it a new one? Because I saw he did one. I think he did one on Friday that I read.
It was fairly long, talking about not just one or two issues.
He's been kicked out of 3 or 4 high-end private courses over the last couple of years.
Made advances towards Pat Perez's wife.
Yeah, told him when Pat goes to bed, why don't you come to my room?
Yeah.
Gave her a key. Here's the other thing. If you don't know, his wife has health issues, cancer, stuff like that. And he paid somebody, a kid, like $500 to drive around the golf course in a cart so his wife could track his phone and see he's playing golf. Meanwhile, he's at a residence around the property doing God knows what. He's your imagination.
It's
what a D-bag, man.
If even half of it is true, again, I don't know how true it is.
I mean, okay, this is what's interesting. When he got kicked out of that private club, and he was like instantly, this is incorrect. We will sue anybody spreading this misinformation. Now all this other stuff, are you hearing him talk about it now? No, he got quiet quickly.
But the one thing, so she again supposedly showed Pat Perez's wife a nude picture of himself.
Yeah, full length too.
And it's like, there's not a moment in my entire life where I would ever, it would even cross my mind to go, I'm going to show somebody's wife something, my friend.
I know.
Well, not that I can show anybody, and nobody.
By the way, it's not recent either. That's the other side of it. This spans.
That's like 2016, 17.
This spans several years. Yeah, and everything. Isn't that amazing how it's just coming out?
Wow. Your guy. Your ASU guy.
No, he ain't my guy. I've never been a giant Phil fan. I mean, he's fun to watch on the golf tour and stuff like that when he was in his prime, but I've never worshipped him. Like I told you, the kid's mom's dad, when he was alive, I take him to the Open, to the Waste Management and stuff, and it was just, you said something bad about Phil. Like, I look a shirt today, your head would get bitten off. Just just adore that. I've never been one of those. I'm also able, which we'll go into when we get into the Suns conversation. Come up, I'm able to separate the off the court and on the court type of stuff for people.
Right.
Now, to a certain extent, out there, but I'm able to separate that a little bit. But just what do you then when it's even? I'm sorry, it's worse when two incidents when your wife's pregnant and you're doing stuff behind her back, and then when she's sick and you're doing stuff behind her back. It's because some people like when the wife gets sick, she's like, go have fun, go live your life, whatever. I know what I'm going through. I'm not going to be here much longer, whatever. And they decide as a couple to do it. But that's not the case. If he's paying a kid $500 to drive around the golf course in a cart, so she thinks he's golfing. there's no conversation on what's allowed. It just looks worse in that instance.
Yeah.
But that was the bigger shocker to me, believe it or not, was he's been asked to not come back to several. I think it was 3 or 4 courses, not including the one he just got kicked out of. 3 or 4 courses have told him not to come back. That was the shocker on that. Yeah, and it's a source that he generally
it's pretty reliable.
Yeah, it's you can generally.
And I think that you're not going to come out and say anything if you're this guy
because Phil will sue you.
Yeah, without facts on your side.
Yeah, because here's the thing: you get sued now, and then you go, all right, well, here's everybody that told me all this, and here's the proof of it, and then that's why you don't get sued when things are true.
Right.
It's because discovery can be interesting type of thing. Ann says, Steve, playing devil's advocate for Autumn, you can sacrifice your schedule for her to have better opportunities. No, I'm eating dinner too late. Ann?
How well does Ann know you? Does she not know that things are about Steve?
Oh, she knows that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure, rightfully so. She probably takes Autumn's side. Rightfully so, probably. I know. I'm just kidding around. I was joking around with Autumn about that the other day. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this arrangement. It's affecting my dinner time. 2 days a week.
But you love Autumn.
I'm taking my naps. I'm waking up from my naps at 5 now, whereas before I'd wake up at like 3:34. Now I'm waking up at 5 from my naps, and I'm up later. It's just
the whole thing. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Trying to show off in front of her out there in your bush. Watch me, honey.
Clip that one. No, I was at the house by myself, so I could have been eating my snake or something. Somebody could have just come over one day and just be like, "Where's Steve at?" My shoes are hanging out of this giant tree. Just my shoes are hanging out of it, but I've been in there for 4 days. What could have happened, Dale? Meanwhile, I'm out there trying to do it. Got this big scar on my forehead now to prove it. It still hurts too, man. I was in the shower today in the hot water, and I was just like, ah.
Yeah, that's why you pay Riley a good penny to.
Nah, I enjoy walking into tree branches. That's the best feeling in the world. Oh, Lordy, here we go.
All right, so which way do you want to go?
I don't even want to talk about either one of these. Okay. Miles Bridges. Suns got up. We woke up yesterday. The Miles Bridges, they've been after Miles Bridges for a couple years from the Hornets. They've liked him a lot. He played at Michigan State. That's why we're going to call him the Phoenix Spartans moving forward. The Michigan State influence around the Phoenix Suns. But okay, from a pure basketball perspective, I love what the Suns have done. They've improved their team. Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal traded to the Hornets, plus some draft picks, move back and forth, stuff like that. And you got Miles Bridges, who's a really good young player in the league who can shoot threes. Now you need more 3-point shooting now that you got rid of O'Neal and Grayson. But I like what they've done. Now, did they give up too much for him? Probably. He's on an expiring deal. I'm just telling you guys, Suns want to keep him. The Suns have wanted him for years. His off-the-court stuff kind of put it on the sideline, obviously. He was going to become a free agent a couple years ago. Got into some off-the-court stuff, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And then the Suns obviously had to back off of him, and now they make the move for him now. They gave up too much for him. I'll admit. I'll be that. Fun to say that. But the Dylan Brooks type player. Tough, physical, no nonsense. Probably a better Dylan Brooks, if I was going to put it that way. So I like what they did on the court. I like the move a
Well,
lot.
it's interesting because I was just reading on Twitter. John Gambador wrote this on Twitter. And I think he put it
Okay.
really good.
Well, really quick, before you do that, he missed a whole season. There's pictures. Very bad domestic abuse
No.
thing that he did. Period. End of story. You can't sugarcoat it. Missed a whole season of basketball right as he's going into free agency where he's about to get paid a ton of money. Terrible situation he was in. 0 instances since then, though. I want to stress that. 0 instances since that moment, which kind of changes my mind on it a little bit. So just to let you know, if you don't know what kind of trouble we're talking about off the court, it was serious domestic violence charge. There were pictures. It was a nasty situation, but no instances since. So you hope he's better. But
Right.
Go ahead, Dale.
John writes this on Twitter. He said, many Suns fans wanted the team to do something bold. This trade for Miles Bridges was bold. So now I'm not the moral police, but for me personally, I detest what Bridges did to the women of his children, as everyone should. With that being said, I spoke with a former coach of his, and this is what he told me about him as a player in all caps.
Yeah.
So again, on the court, off the court.
Yes.
One of my favorite players is what the coach said. Loves to play, works hard, epitome of a four. Can throw a lob to him. He can hit a three, can guard, plays bigger than he is. Has a love for the game that not all have. If the season was ever canceled, he would be the first one to Y looking for a pickup game. He was a great teammate and was very coachable. He needed to get out of Charlotte, so Phoenix will be great for him. He may explode in Phoenix, so don't be surprised to see the best version of him on the court.
I believe, here's what I believe. As a player, like I said, I'm able to separate the two. To an extent, if this had just happened, or he kept having instances, I'd be having a different discussion with you. I understand how bad it was. It hasn't happened since. He seems to have turned his life around with therapy and whatever else he's doing to rectify that and things like that. I'm all for second chances. Now you're doing a big risk here, no doubt about it, because if he triggers back. But I have heard from people even before this trade happened, Charlotte's not a good place for him. He needs to get out of there. Stuff to that effect. So he's getting out of that environment that can trigger some things, etc. And whatever that is for him, he's got demons, obviously. So that's a positive. Now you're running a risk because guys can relapse sometime, and it's gonna be terrible if it happens again for everybody on board. But as a basketball player, because yesterday the movie was starting when this was announced.
Okay.
And I put out there on my personal page, I said, I just said on the weather page because I know the history. I said Suns make a big move. That's all I put on the sports page. On my page, I said, I like that. I can get behind this. The Suns got better today. And then as the movie's starting, you got all these people, media people here in town. I'm conflicted about that. He's better, makes the team better, but he did this stuff 3 years ago. And I get it. I'm not going to tell you not to like the guy. What I'm going to tell you is this. If he isn't truly not that person anymore, and he's fixed himself to where that's not going to happen anymore. And if you want to look it up, look it up. It's terrible, folks. It is disgustingly terrible. Kids were there. Pictures are available online. It's disgustingly terrible. There's no other way to say it. But if he has changed his life around to where he's not going to do that stuff anymore, he's, kind of fixed that issue and whatever's inside of him that causes that. As a basketball player, he's helped the Suns on that side. But you're running a risk. But the Suns improved themselves yesterday. Period. End of story. Did they give up too much for him? Yes. He's an expiring contract, but I'm just going to tell you guys now, the Suns are going to re-sign him. Now, there might be a delay on that because you got to get through the fan disgust and stuff like that. And I understand if you like it. But what I will tell you, he's going to be like Grayson Allen. Remember when Grayson Allen signed here, Dale?
Yeah.
Everybody went to the airwaves. Oh, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Why the Suns sign him? I hate this guy. Now, different reasons. His stuff was on the court and stuff like that. I'm just going to tell you right now, kind of what Gambo just tweeted. I firmly believe, like I said, I'm going the caveat here that I believe he is a changed man. Time will tell. He's going to come to this Suns team, and Suns fans are going to fall in love with this guy. He's that type of a player.
And
Brace
again,
yourself.
again, there will be backlash, and maybe rightfully so.
No, it's rightfully so.
And I'm not going to critique or criticize how people should feel and whatever you feel your way. But again, at the end of the day, just like I said, whether it's trading Devin Booker, whether it's doing whatever is best for your basketball team, somehow, some way, and it can be really hard to do, separating a professional football, basketball, baseball team from your moral police.
Well, and that's what you run into.
And sometimes it's a blurry line.
I mean, some people don't forgive people for what they do. I'm not saying I'm going to go hang out with Miles Bridges and be best friends with him because of that. I would keep him at an arm's length away from my family and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I would. But on a basketball story side, the Suns got better. And, so judge him how you want. I'm just telling you, as a player, prepare yourself because you're going to like him. And you're going to like him a lot. So it's going to be you're going to have more conflicting stuff coming away from that side. Because I was just thinking about it. I know it's different situations, but I was like, man, everybody hated Grayson Allen when they signed him.
Right.
That first year, what was it? Oh my God, I hated him, but now he's on my team. He's so great.
And
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
Dylan Brooks, not the sweetest angel on the planet out there, and y'all love him now, don't you?
But when he's your angel.
Different situation.
Yes.
Nobody's going to put up with if he has a relapse and does what he did before. Even the allegations of him doing something small compared to that to a woman or to kids or something like that. Again, it's going to be the end of him.
Right.
So you're running a risk. But if he's clean moving forward, and I know people are upset about it. Somebody tweeted out. I'm not going to name them even though it's public, but one of our listeners tweeted out and said, the Suns are a far cry from when Jerry owned them. Jerry wouldn't have gotten a guy like this. Absolutely 100% correct. Game's also changed a lot since back then as well from that side. I know another listener of ours is not happy, judging by his tweets out there to Matt Ishby and stuff. He's not happy because of what he's done in the past.
Yeah.
And I understand that point. Now, like I said, if this was he did it last year, different conversation in my eyes. Do I like it? No. Doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with the guy and like him. But at the same time, it's been some time since that happened. He's done the right things, took the year off of basketball. No issues since that moment. All right, so has he fixed himself and moved forward? Time will tell. Suns are taking a big risk here. And he's also a Michigan State grad. So welcome to the Phoenix Spartans, Dale. Another one out there.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah. I'd take him over Draymond in terms of basketball playing, which that was always the thought process as well. So I get it. I know this is always going to be one of those tough things. You're going to be conflicted with this guy because here in Phoenix, we don't put up with that stuff. You get shipped out of town for less than this, right, Jason Kidd? Hitting your wife because she wouldn't give you a French fry in a McDonald's parking lot? Boom, gone. Right, sent out of town. That was Colangelo's regime. Now it's changing a little bit. Diamondbacks just got Kepler, steroid suspension for 80 games. All of a sudden now, some would argue he's not playing for your Diamondbacks this weekend, but that's another story we'll talk about coming up. Did he even get a hit this weekend? But I'm just saying, times are changing. You got to get used to this stuff. You could argue they gave up too much for him and you don't like it. But here's the thing. Nobody's talking about how the Suns have gotten worse with this trade. They're focusing on I think 90% of the discuss is the off-the-field stuff.
Off the court, yeah.
Off the court. Or 80% probably. 10% is the Michigan State angle. The rest of it is you gave too much up for him. But nobody's talking about how this guy isn't going to fit in this team and be good.
Well, you knew that we all felt there needed to be a change in the roster because you had too many guys that did the same thing. I didn't realize both of them would be gone. I thought you'd keep one of the two.
Oh no! See, I thought they both needed to leave after last season. Yeah.
Oh, well, they did that.
Bridges shoots 33%, I think, from the 3-point line, something like that. Now, you're going to need another outside shooter. That's the thing. You trade 2 guys for Bridges. Well, now you need another 3-point shooter all of a sudden. So now you have to go. But you can find that in free agency moving forward and stuff. Yeah, just this guy, I watched way too much Charlotte Hornets basketball last year. His connection with LaMelo Ball was an amazing one. They were just up and down the court. And if you can recreate that here with the Suns, you're going to like this guy. You're going to like this guy a lot on the basketball courts. I'm separating the two.
Yeah.
I'm not going to condemn a man that made some mistakes, some egregious, horribly bad mistakes. And as of now has fixed it and not had the same issues. I'm not going to condemn a man for that. Do it again, though. Get out of town.
Yeah.
And the Suns are taking a risk on that side, no doubt about it.
Right.
Yep. The Warriors are about to become the. You thought the Lakers were old a couple years ago. Do you see what they're trying to do? Dale, we'll end the segment here with this.
Yeah.
Draymond Green declined his $27.7 million option. Also, he can re-sign with the team, and they can make room because they want to go get Anthony Davis from Washington, and they want to get LeBron James from the Lakers. I saw over the weekend LeBron's not going back to the Lakers. I told you it was going to happen. People were like, he's going back to the Lakers. No, he's not. It's going to be him at the now. If Anthony Davis goes to the Lakers, that has to be a trade. LeBron will go to the Lakers if Anthony Davis goes.
Well, remember the fact that the Lakers aren't your Jerry Buss and family-led Lakers anymore.
Nope.
They're the Dodger owner Lakers now.
Wants to win, and will do whatever it takes to win.
Yes, and so they don't hold LeBron James in any different vein than they do any other guy on that roster.
They're not loyal to him like Jeannie Buss was,
right,
and stuff to that effect. So I don't know, basketball moves happening left and right, and we'll have to see. Suns will have to sign another. Here's the other side about Bridges coming. He's a 4. I've said all along, Oso needs to play the 4 position. You want a guy like Miles Bridges in front of Oso, kind of showing him the ropes, showing him how to practice, showing what he needs to do. I think could only help Oso as well, learning that 4 position and what he needs to do moving forward as well. So I get it. You're going to be conflicted about it. There's no doubt about it, but it's done. So what are we going to do about it now? Hopefully his life has changed around, and hopefully, it's for the better. Dale, come back, talk better.
Are there better things? Oh, Diamondback.
We'll talk a little bit. I know we touched on it. We'll touch a little bit Rattlers here as well. Give you an update on where they are. World Cup update. Canada moving on to round of 16 as of yesterday.
I actually watched the end of that one.
Did you? Oh, yeah. Oh, so you saw the goal at the stoppage time.
Yeah.
Is there nothing better than a stoppage time? Oh.
Is there nothing better? Yeah, about 250,000 things.
Come on back. Second hour coming up next.